Okay, now to the gaming news.
Ooh.
To the gaming news. This is also a very interesting topic. By the way, this article has a spoiler to the game, and thank you, Tsunami, for warning me about that. So if you don't want to know anything that's gonna happen in the game, maybe you should skip this section of the stream. But it does contain a spoiler somewhere in the article. So this is from Polygon. Pragmata isn't a bad game. It's a warning. Digital things can never replace the human soul. So this is about this lovely, lovely robot here and how she is portrayed in the game and whatever, and the talk about souls and stuff like that. That's actually my forte. That's one of the things that I really specialize in. So let's start the article. To Nami, you're free to start. We are going to mute ourselves so there's no echo. So we're not gonna talk or whatever during Tsunami's reading, okay? No huma huma.
Huma huma.
So yeah, okay, we are ready.
Guys, unusual for me. I'm going to go ahead and say it's from Polygon. I'm going to read the headline here in a second. There is going to be a major end of game spoiler. I'm going to stop before it happens. I'm going to say spoiler. I'm going to give tons of warning. So don't fucking come in here later in the comment section and say we didn't warn you. So if you want to play the game, you don't want to know the ending, there is a fucking major thing here that happens. So you have been warned. The end. Pragmata isn't a dad game, it's a warning. Digital things can never replace the human soul. Pragmata looks like a dad game on the surface, or maybe a cool uncle who's nice to his adopted niece game. Hugh's a good guy. He takes care of Diana, a little child robot who seemingly grows close to him. She wants to learn about his life and experience the things that matter to him. It's sweet. It's also fake. Diana's a robot. There is no parent-child relationship here. There is, however, a little warning about placing too much value in things that aren't real. Hugh's first concern when he meets Diana is keeping her safe, because she's quite literally company property. He worries what might happen to him if she gets hurt, so it's in his best interest to take good care of the little not kid. He eventually becomes more attached to Diana, even trying to help encourage her sense of self in the Terror Dome by asking her to think about what she wants out of life. It's a concept wholly alien to her, of course. She's not a kid, and the idea of what I want means nothing to an entity that exists to do what others want. She wants to save 8 in the Terror Dome, but 8 is tied to the station, and by extension, the AI controlling it. So saving 8 isn't what Diana wants. It's what something else wants her to do. However, Hugh's apparent concern for Diana is unsurprising. She's designed to encourage a sense of protectiveness and attachment. Her tiny size, her only clothes being a ragged blue coat, her bare feet, she couldn't be any more waif-coated even if she held up a bowl of gruel and asked for more. Her surprised joy at discovering toys, her life spent in solitude before Hugh showed up. The thing is, none of this matters to her. Not the loneliness, the fake cats, the toys, maybe not even Hugh. When you first encounter REM data, that's a digital recreation of something real from Earth, like a TV set or a playground slide. It's a half-deleted globe. You find it in the holographic remains of a room where the floorboards are phasing out of existence, and there's a distinct sense of unreality about it all. Pragmata wants you to realize that this is just a copy of something. It's missing a soul. That impression only gets stronger when you get to not New York, a superficially accurate recreation of the metropolis plastered with advertisements and the sense of busyness. Spelled wrong, idiot, find an editor. Hugh remarks that it's a decent imitation, but it's missing something human and feels all off. Shortly after that, the pair arrives at an apartment complex where a table set for dinner reminds Hugh of a treasured memory from his youth. His adopted family would always eat dinner with him and listen to anything he had to say about his day, no matter how childish or unimportant it seemed. It meant the world to him. Diana couldn't understand it, though, and not in the way that kids don't always grasp things on a deeper level. She simply couldn't conceive of spiritual and emotional nourishment, and instead thinks of the exchange in terms of energy efficiency. It's a decent imitation, but it's missing something human. Fast forward to the next area, the Terror Dome, where you and Diana stumble upon a digital recreation of a lovely beach sunset. Diana is initially unmoved by the sight. Hugh tries to scoop the water, and Diana copies him, but only because he does it first. She has no interest in the water, it's just more zeros and ones to her. Hugh starts talking about his memories of the beach next, the wind across the sand, and other intangibles that only a human could understand. Diana gets excited and says she wants to see all these things. But just like with loneliness and family meals, she has no concept of sea breezes or watching the sun sink beneath the waves. She's just copying Hugh. Kids tend to copy the people they're around, but it's done for their benefit as they try on different identities and figure out how the world works. Hugh's feeding his life into this robot and only getting a reflection of himself back. Maybe he thinks Diana is like an adopted kid or a niece, and the intentional blurriness of the game's relationship means you can have a totally valid read of it as an adoption game or a dad game. But Pragmata's ending suggests another reading, a little caution against investing so much of one's life into unreal things. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Anyone that's out there right now, do not read the article further. Do not look into this article. If you want to play the game, I'm going to go ahead and give 10 seconds. I will count it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. In the game's normal ending, Hugh dies. The idea is that Diana will go to Earth, see the beach, do all the things Hugh's wanted her to do. Maybe she will, but just like the half-phased floorboards and the soulless imitations in New York City, something's not quite right here. Diana won't be visiting Earth as a human, appreciating things as only humans can, or carrying on Hugh's legacy. What Hugh left behind is little more than a storage device full of memories that it can't even understand. The end.
Oi. Yeah, I didn't totally notice that when I when I was going through the article with the AI reading stuff.
So
Okay.
that's the normal ending.
Yeah. So we gotta move things along here, unfortunately. What do you think first, Tsunami? First, yeah, what do you think?
The comment section is super fun if you guys have already played the game. If you don't want to, do me a huge favor. Touch grass, put your social media down, play the game, and enjoy a wholesome experience, which is just nice. That's it. It's not my particular experience that I want to feel, but if that's what you choose to do, don't read into any of this bullshit. I think, personally, that the new religion of these freaks is leftist ideology, communism, and everything else. That's their new religion. Anything that has to do with nuclear family or a man protecting anything, to be honest, like they hate masculinity as a whole, is going to automatically send them into fucking every panic mode they can. Whether they're going to go ahead and be against it because it's like, oh, look at the patriarchies, blah, 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 or whatever. Or, oh my God, the 19th Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it's going to be, they just need to shit on it because they have to go back to the Church of Woke. That's what this is. It's a bunch of fucking wokies. This fucking pussy, whoever the fuck he is, whatever fucking. I was going to say an F slur, but I will not.
Oh.
This guy's into this male feminist kissing up to fucking whatever he thinks is going to get him laid that night is an absolute piece of fucking shit. The game is pretty simple. It is designed to evoke emotions from you. Clearly it has with a lot of people. As soon as these like 100% angry all the time type of fucking people saw that other people were getting some kind of meaning out of it, they banded together and were like, hell no, we can't have men be happy about fucking anything. It's gotta be PDF stuff now. This is so stupid. It's just a game. You could have just said, whatever, these guys are reading way more into it. It's just a game. That would have been a better argument than what's going on right now. This whole, it's AI, blah, 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 it's a robot. Like, it's so brain dead, it like hurts my fucking feelings. I am not going to play this game, likely. I thought I have watched the story many times. I think it's really nice. Does it provoke emotion out of me? Sure. I was in the army. People know that about me. That's why I joined the army. Was that to go ahead and make myself feel better? I guess, in kind of a way. I wanted to go protect my country. All the men, women, and fucking children inside of it. That's what I wanted to do. That's my protector instinct coming out, regardless of what or who it was. That's what I think this game is showing. The ending is kind of tragic and does what it's supposed to do. It's a really nice game. I think people should get into it if they want to. If not, fine, leave it alone. But this bullshit, this Efsler again is talking about, what a pussy. Fuck him. Fuck this fucking article. Fuck all these people. The end.
What a great ending. Yeah.
All right, we freaking have like 15 minutes
There you go.
to get to the Warhammer topic, which is super important. So we're going to skip the Assassin's Creed. Maybe we can do it tomorrow, actually. But the Warhammer is just so much more important. So I'm gonna say stuff now about this, so we can wrap it up. But I'm super passionate about these topics in general. Everything that makes you think. There's so many things that we had with AI during the actually throughout all of those years, like the Japanese explored it with their animations. We had iRobot, we had whatever. Now, there could be a deeper conversation when it comes to AI and whatever, of course. But the point is not that actually. So first of all, the freaking journals, like you said, Tsunami, they came out with the stupid things, with the totally ludicrous narratives that this is not about being a dad because this is so PDF. And now it's the opposite. Now they're acknowledging that this is about being a dad, but now we can't have it because this is not a real girl. So which one is it, journos? Which one is it? If you can't win in one narrative and one agenda, you're pushing another one.
Yeah.
That is how it seems so. Secondly, we can totally break apart with reason all of their stupid narratives anyway. So in this case, it's like, again, they're so out of touch and they've never seen anything sci-fi. I will refer to Westworld Season 1. So in Westworld Season 1, we have obviously AI robots that were absolutely abused by humans. Eventually they become sentient and whatever, they rise and fight back, whatever. Okay, but in Westworld, guys, this is the surface level story. There's a deeper story that talks about human nature. It has nothing to do with actually what you see on screen. The whole thing is a subtext of what actually is happening, which many people will not know. But since all the writers and directors that ever were inspired by anything that they read in their lives, they did read a lot of books that most of the population do not read, which is theology, theosophy, and other things like that that are spiritual, and they create sci-fi stories with that, which has nothing to do with spirituality in the first glance, but actually there is a lot to do with that. It's just that it doesn't have to do anything with technology. They're using technology as a metaphor for other things, which seems very far-fetched, but that's how it is. In this case, they're using technology, Diana, to show this relationship that it's true and it's real. Because through eyes of Hugh, who does have a soul and he is a real being, he has experienced something with this child that changed him as a person, made him better, made him want to care about something. And yes, her memories are just her memories of him. Actually, she can't preserve the memories of him and what he wanted, even if she doesn't realize it. That's not even the point. It's the point that we are seeing a real relationship, because to Hugh is real. Maybe it's not real when it comes to the fact that she's not real in that kind of a way, but it's not about that at all. It's about how he sees things, and he makes it real because he's the entity that actually has a soul, and actually is the real entity. Also that. So we can dig super deep into this. But again, the point is that they're showing us like a father-daughter relationship. It doesn't matter that she is not real in that kind of a context, because what it matters is to show the values that men have when it comes to being a protector and everything else. So the values, the system is still there. That is still real, that's still tangible, that's still something that defines Hugh's choices. So he is a good person. And all of that, it can be seen, it can be measured, it can be appreciated. So that's the real part. It doesn't matter if she is not a real girl.
Yeah.
Not even one bit.
What
Will it make any difference if he met a
one
real
of
girl?
the worst things about all of this Do you see how he used the word soul? Isn't that a religious concept? It's very funny to me how these people go ahead and abuse religion whenever they want to, yet they mock it whenever it fucking suits their purposes. This motherfucking piece of shit, fuck you, you fucking loser, has decided to go ahead and bring up soul, but he will mock a Jesus, God, and any other concept of fucking religion in his every fucking days walking around.
Hypocrisy,
So
yeah.
this is hypocrisy at the highest fucking level. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Yes, absolutely, you're
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. Of course, I'm not gonna go there, but Russians actually measured the weight of a soul like 10 years ago, which is a very interesting
10
thing.
years ago? Oh.
Yeah, maybe more, but they actually measured what's happening when a person dies. It gets lighter immediately. So energy leaves the body, like that has been proven by the Russians. But we're not gonna talk about that. So you can research if you want, guys. The point is that there's a lot more than just religion. Religion is just something that we created from something else that's actual tangible information. So that's worked through human eyes. That's not a topic. But yeah, again, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. That's the point. This is so wrong. Play the game. We're gonna play the game. We're having such a fun with the game. Last night, Logan beat the boss.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And when a game makes us feel something, it's when a game can be really called an art because you put your soul into an art that you created.
It doesn't matter that he's the protector, as we said. Doesn't matter that she's not a real girl. I mean, what if you have doggy, for example? So you're not a protector because it's not a real child. You're not a parent then. If that's the logic of that guy.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I am super passionate about this, and again, when you are creator, because we are creators, we're creators in many ways. We're also artists. So when you draw something, when you create a sculpture, when you do whatever that has to do with art, you put your freaking soul into it. That is the essence of art. Good can create, evil cannot create. Evil can only borrow and change it and twist it, just like James Gunn is doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't want to say it, but I'll throw in one last thing. Mocking, the way that this person's mocking, you give yourself towards an inanimate object. You have now insulted every soldier that went to fight for his flag, because that's all it is, right? It's just an inanimate object, or was there a soul behind that as well? So fuck you, you piece of shit author. Maybe sometimes people believe in the idea of something, and that's why they went and go and fight and protect for it.
Yeah, but I mean, the flag is just a physical manifestation, representation of what you're fighting for.
Just like Diana. He's fighting for...
Yeah, just like Diana.
Just like Diana, yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Just like Diana. So from that point of view, she represents something absolutely real that invokes real feelings and real qualities out of you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea. He remembers those things. He remembers the things with his adopted family. He remembers, hey, I used to be like that. So that's the whole journey of the game.
Also, it's an interesting contrast of how he feels, how he remembers what it means to him, and how she sees it. I mean, she can't, assimilate it like he does, but that's the contrast. It's also
and
interesting.
By explaining to her what this means, he's actually going back to when he was a child, and he's remembering those values, and now he can appreciate them even more.
Yeah, through her.
Because the symbol made him think of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're moving on to Warhammer. We have to skip the news about Assassin's Creed X, but again, we can do it like in the start of the stream tomorrow.
Yes,
so I can
more
have
important to get to the Warhammer.
Yes. So yeah, we're skipping that. And yeah, we're totally skipping this. So let me remove this from the screen real quick. We're gonna continue to a great topic now that we have here. Also, I'm just gonna put something on screen. Hold on. I do have it somewhere. So keep your not panties in a bunch. just hold on. Hold to the
done.
Commando here, no panties.
All right.
Yeah.
I just need a moment. Hold on. Oh, I have. Ooh. Okay.
You have several of the time.
Yes. Let's see it. Okay, here it is. So Okay, so continuing, guys, just again give me a moment to see. So we are going to talk about, do women actually want female custodies? The truth about female fans in 40k. So, guys, this is very important. You see the contrast, especially lately, between how GW is handling what fans want and what fans actually do want. And I do have my comment section now filled with above 500 comments between the both latest videos about the females custodies sales and whatnot. So some of those comments do say that the female fans that they know are actually interested in orcs, or let's say Eldari or whatever, or Tyranids. Even one of our own here, Kano said that, well, the female fans that I know are interested in Tyranids or whatever. And I personally, as a female fan, I'm interested exactly in the custodies. So none of those that I just mentioned actually include women. I mean, besides the custodies right now, because they wanted to shoehorn in female custodies right there. So, what is the truth here, basically? Well, guys, as far as we have seen, again, and as far as I can tell, because I'm the freaking 40k Empress, so
Hey,
yeah,
hey.
thank you. I mean, basically, there's not that many creators when it comes to 40k that are girls. So I can say from first hand that what I want from Warhammer 40k is to just leave it be Warhammer 40k. Just be as it is.
Yeah.
Be what it was. What I fell in love with is not including women in it, although there are women in it, they're amazing. We have to mention, of course, Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Silence, some Inquisitors, Female Astra Militarum, whatever, which lately are a bit too prominent, which is again another,
Another thing.
another
Yeah.
consequence of the current wokeness wave that is absolutely not needed. So we have already female factions, which is pretty cool. I mean, when I first came into Warhammer, I was like, hey, big muscular guys in freaking huge armor that was like out of proportion. I mean, that's how
Super
I took it.
soldiers.
Yeah, super soldiers. That was so awesome. So what attracted me in my journey was I saw the Astartes Project, which is a fan animation series on YouTube by Sayama Peterson. And this guy now works for GW because they hired him after his amazing, animation with Astartes, and he's still making Astartes too. Okay, great. The point is, this is one guy that didn't even had anything to do with official Warhammer at the beginning. He was just a fan. But because of his work, so many people like me that never heard of Warhammer 40k before in their whole lives. Although I am a comic book fan, I am a sci-fi fan. I mean, I like, Star Trek, Andromeda, Star Wars to a certain extent. So I'm not new to these types of universes, but I still never heard of Warhammer 40k. So GW did nothing for me. GW didn't do their job to introduce new fans, didn't make Warhammer popular enough for Warhammer to reach me, for example. Because again, I'm a geek. I'm not already, I'm not a girl that watches only romantic movies and whatever. I'm the opposite of that. I watch manly cool stuff because that is what's good to me. So this fan, instead of GW, brought Warhammer in my gaze. I covered it, I reacted to it, and then I started covering other creators because people wanted me to cover Bricky and his stuff that I, even back then, by the way, I knew that his takes were silly and didn't sound right. And I was correct from the very get-go. I started analyzing Warhammer, I started reading the books, I got into the hobby. People called me the 40k Empress. They were inspired by my dedication from the get-go. That's what it stuck, and here we are. So what attracted me to Warhammer was the big muscular dudes in huge armor that the Stardust Project showed to me on screen, and I was fascinated by uh, the awesome precision of each of their movements, how they look, how big they were. We saw also human soldiers there, and the fact that they're smaller, like the cool enemies that they killed at the end. It's so amazing. So I didn't need women. I saw zero women in the Stardust project. You know that, right? I saw zero
Yeah, zero
women.
women.
So to normal people in general, girls that are not tainted by any ideology, they're just girls. They just like different things. Or in this case, I mean, they're just geeks. The people, I mean, the girls that were referenced in my comment section that like orcs, that like Tyranids or Eldario, whatever. Those are just the girls that are just fans like guys are. It's the
Exactly.
same thing. They just see cool stuff, and they do not, absolutely do not want to tie their gender to the characters or whatever factions they like, because it makes no sense at all. I mean, my favorites again are Custodes, which are big muscular dudes, because my ideal hero, subconsciously, consciously, is like big muscular dude who fights for honor and justice, and he has something tangible that he can call the thing that inspires him to fight. And in this case, this is the Emperor, and the Emperor is unique and interesting character that I very much, uh, how to say this, relate to. I mean, his idea of being the Emperor, not to his evil ways or whatever, but just to the good side that he has somewhere. The point again is that I'm connecting what to the Emperor. I'm not connecting to any of the girls.
Connecting to the gender, yeah.
Yeah, not connecting to them through the gender. Now, do I think Sisters of Silence are great? Yes, they're freaking awesome. I want to see more of them. Am I a fan of them? Absolutely. Am I a fan of Sisters of Battle? Absolutely. Do I want to have more Sisters of Battle represented into the lore? Yes, because they deserve it. They're good characters. They're a good faction that deserves more. That doesn't have anything to do with their gender. Just that they're good in general. They're well written as a whole, as an idea. They should be better written in terms of little stories, individual things, Sisters of Silence as well. But again, that's the point. Every normal person can connect to a female or a male character if they represent something that's universal, and it's good and it's cool, something that speaks to you. Just like Logan here is a fan of Wonder Woman,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
the real Wonder Woman, I mean, from the comic books, and Wonder Woman, what she represents, and Supergirl, and whoever is a female character. Just like we are all fans of Xena Warrior Princess
Exactly. And
because she's so freaking deep.
just like those characters were created by men, the female characters, right?
Yeah.
There need to be a woman who create those characters, and there are many male characters created by women. You also created your character. You made him a man.
Yeah, when I created my,
Yeah.
comic book characters, when I used to draw comic books, and I created this guy that's called Black
Exactly.
Man. He's not black, by the way. He's
if
just a shadow.
if you like those things, you become a fan. So woman or not, if you like things like that, then you become a fan. Not if you didn't become a fan before that, then no matter what they do, you still not going to become a fan. That's it. No matter how many female characters they present there, it's just not going to work. If in the first place you weren't there. I mean, there are also women who don't like comic book movies or comic books and things like that. It doesn't help when they make a Supergirl movie or Wonder Woman movie. No,
Yeah,
doesn't
they
help.
still couldn't care less
Still couldn't care
because they're
less.
not attracted to this whole medium in the first place. That's the point. And now they're making, I mean, GW, instead of listening to actual fans, they're catering to actually male feminists that want female, female anything in Warhammer, and to turn male factions into female factions by this way, rendering absolutely, I don't know how to say it. I mean, disrespecting the whole female inclusion idea as a whole, because again, everything that should be included in a set universe should be included because um, they serve a purpose, because they have a reason to be there, because they're cool enough and they are going to contribute to the story. If they're not contributing to the story, it doesn't matter if they're men or if they're women, they shouldn't be there. So it's not about gender, but GW and the current world that we're living, they're making all about gender, or all about race or whatever, all the time, totally missing the point of real meaning, substance, and quality. And we get lost. And now I do see also comments that blame women, that women did this to the hobby. I'm like, women didn't do this.
ridiculous.
I mean, some women sure did. There's some grifters on X that push stuff and narratives on purpose, but those women are the same crazy people that are, the men also.
They're just as bad as the men feminists who also were
They're
pushing
the
that,
same. They're
They're
the same.
yeah.
I mean, how about seeing the truth? I mean, that those people, no matter if they're men or women, if they're corrupted in that line of thinking and feeling, they're only feeling, by the way, they don't have actual thoughts, they're just feelings. If they're the same, they're the same. Doesn't matter what gender they are.
Doesn't matter is it a guy or a girl that is screaming, I want to be represented. It's just the fact that they're screaming that.
Yeah.
it speaks volumes. Yeah.
Exactly. So now, Tsunami, I'm just gonna let you talk. I mean, tell me what you think.
I'm not going to comment on this one. I don't think it's going to be good.
Really?
Yeah.
But you have so much to say in general about those things. Are you sure?
True. Yes.
Okay. Since you're sure. Okay. So we are going to take a look at female custody sales if any information comes out. I tried to look. There's no information yet. I mean, any more information that we already have. What it seems like here is a fabrication of success by GW, nothing else. Some people do report that female custodies sold out in their places, like 2 people. Everybody else say that they didn't deliver or anything else, or they're just sitting there. So I don't see any OG fans buying this, and the 3 people that are the modern audience, they're gonna buy them, but they're like 3 people.
Well, no, by the way, I forgot to say that, but as I said before, now we're going to have the Horus Heresy books in Bulgarian by a publishing house here. In the comments, there were women who were happy. They commented it. So here we go. They didn't say, but why don't you translate the books with a female custody? No. They said, oh, that's great. I always wanted to have that in Bulgarian. Great. There are fans out there who are fans of the thing, of the franchise.
Yeah, so first, be fan of the universe, not of the company that makes it. That's also a thing, because they are defending GW and their choices all the time.
No.
We see the same thing with DC, like people defend the choices of James Gunn, not the characters that he's portraying. They're not in their corner.
We saw it last night with that guy with the action figure reviews of Mayfix. Just because he's a fan of Mayfix, he says that's the best Superman figure out there at the moment. I say, are you madman? I like action figures, but when they put out the crap, I don't care. Is it Mayfix? Is it Hasbro? Is it McFarlane? Fonjoy did a bad job with the new Superman that they have. A good thing we both have the better one. I'm calling it out.
Yeah, we don't care about the company.
Corporate slaves about the company. Oh, no, everything they do is gold.
I have one thing as a casual I'd like you guys to try.
All right.
I would like, if you would, start a poll. Would you like, and then offer 4 choices about female custodies, post it, and give 1 month for everyone to go ahead and share it, spread it, whatever else. Let all the comments come in around that poll and see what ends up happening. I think that would be a really interesting experiment.
Okay,
Indeed,
great.
Where you could just go ahead and let people, hey, so chat, say your piece, throw in your 2 fucking cents, drop all the fucking comments, drop your venom. I've read your comments before. Fuck you, by the way. Yep, it's fine. I'm just kidding. I love you. But anyway, like, say whatever the fuck it is you want to, but come in with something fucking meaningful. You have not listened to this channel. You have not listened to me not once. Sisters of Battle, amazing. Sisters of Silence, amazing. Imperial Guardswomen, amazing. Commissars that are female, amazing. Stay the fuck away from custodies. Where is your argument when you actually hear the full context of what everyone's saying? These are already things that are established in, would you change their mind every coup? Fuck you. Demand some consistency from those fucking people then. I would love to see a poll, leave it up there, Say what you want to, bought it, whatever the fuck it is. Let's read the comments, and 1 month from now, let's see what do people actually think. Because this is my opinion on females joining in male spaces. Women that like video games or crept into our spaces and whatnot, the ones that do liked the product as it was. They did not want it changed. They just wanted to, hey, can I say my piece too? And that's all they wanted to do. Women that came in, I'm counting you too, you gays and all the other middle people. Those people that came in and were like, but why can't there be more representation? That's the true cancer. That's the true cancer. So I'm hoping that the small percentage of women that actually really like this stuff, which I think is badass, vocally stand up against the minority. But I think that a poll would be the most interesting thing. 1 month, literally, say what you want to. We'll read the comments at the end of the month. That's my dream at this moment.
Okay, we do have to formulate the question exactly.
Yeah.
And then, make up the answers. But yeah, that's a perfect
But
idea.
we work on that indeed.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I gotta do it.
Should female custodies exist?
All right. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
And then the answers are gonna be interesting. Formulate the answers.
Honestly, that.
Okay, guys. So let's know what you think in the comments. This is a very long topic, but this is all the time that we have for now. And yeah, we're just gonna keep you informed about whatever is happening with the custodies sales. And again, there's gonna be interesting to see GW profits because Chapter Master Varlak is going to report if they gained more money than last time or whatever. They lost money. That's gonna be interesting if female custodies maybe have something to do with not having so much money. We'll see. We don't know. We'll see. Just a thing to keep in mind that's gonna happen in Q1, 2, 3. I don't know when they release those things, but we're gonna see financial reports. That's always a news, so we'll see what's gonna happen then. Okay, guys. So let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If we can stream this evening Pragmata. If not, well, you'll see in 9 hours. Thank you to Nami. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Okay, guys. Bye for now and see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire